Delhi, a true cosmopolitan city with diversified culture, is the capital of the world's largest democracy, India. Known as Indraprastha in ancient times, Delhi has been wooed by rulers, attracted invaders, and has been built and destroyed several times. Historians say that it has been rebuilt 7 times during different ages. The two worlds of the city, the old and the new, form a great synthesis and coexist of modernity and traditions in a remarkable manner. Delhi is a city that bridges two different worlds. Old Delhi is a labyrinth of narrow lanes lined with crumbling havelis and formidable mosques. In contrast, the imperial city of New Delhi, created by the British Raj, is composed of spacious, tree-lined avenues, imposing and government buildings. Delhi has been the seat of power for several rulers and many empires for about a millennium. Many a times the city was built, destroyed and then rebuilt here. Interestingly, a number of Delhi's rulers played a dual role, first as destroyers and then as creators. The city's importance lies not just in its past glory as the seat of empires and magnificent monuments, but also in the rich and diverse cultures. No wonder chronicles of Delhi culture from Chand Bardai and Amir Khusro to present-day writers have never been at a loss for topics. In Delhi, you will discover that the city is sprinkled with dazzling gems, captivating ancient monuments, fascinating museums and art galleries, architectural wonders, a vivacious performing arts scene, fabulous eating places and bustling markets. Delhi has been the political hub of India. Every political activity in the country traces its roots here. This was true even of the mythological era. The Pandavas of the Mahabharata had their capital at Indraprastha, which is believed to have been geographically located in today's Delhi. Hence, in this episode, the following aspects are going to be seen. Number 1, history. Number 2, geography. Number 3, culture. Number 4, tourist attractions. Number 5, economy. Number 6, transport. Delhi, the capital of India, has a strong historical background. It was ruled by some of the most powerful emperors in Indian history. The history of the city is as old as the epic Mahabharata. The town was known as Indraprastha, where Pandavas used to live. In due course, 8 more cities came alive adjacent to Indraprastha: Lalkot, Siri, Dinpana, Firozabad, Jahanpana, Tughlaqabad and Shahjahanabad. Delhi has been a witness to the political turmoil for over 5 centuries. It was ruled by the Mughals in succession to Khiljis and Tughlaqs. In 1192, Muhammad of Ghori captured the Rajput town, and the Delhi Sultan was established in the year 1206. The invasion of Delhi by Timur in 1398 and the end to the Sultanate, the Lodis, last of Delhi Sultans, gave way to Babur, who, after the Battle of Panipat in 1526, founded the Mughal Empire. The early Mughal emperors favoured Agra as their capital, and Delhi became their permanent seat only after Shah Jahan built the walls of Old Delhi. From Hindu kings to Muslim sultans, the reigns of the city kept shifting from one ruler to another. The soils of the city smell of blood, sacrifices and love for the nation. The old Havelis and edifices form the past standing silent, but their silence also speaks volumes of their owners and people who lived here centuries back. In the year 1803 AD, the city came under the British rule. In 1911, British shifted their capital from Calcutta to Delhi. It again became the center for all governing activities, but the city has the reputation of overthrowing the occupants of its throne. It included the British and the current political parties that have had the honor of leading free India. After independence, in 1947, New Delhi was officially declared as the capital of India. Delhi is the capital of India. The state is spread over an area of 1483 square kilometers. According to the Indian geography, the state is located at the center of the Indian subcontinent amidst the ranges of Himalayas and the Aravalli. The latitudinal and longitudinal location of Delhi are 23.38 degree north and 77.13 degree east. The state stands at the northern part of India. Haryana and Uttar Pradesh are the other states which share their borders with Delhi in the west and east respectively. Delhi geography divides the state into three parts: the Delhi Ridge, the Yamuna floodplain and the plains. The Yamuna river plains are very fertile as they are flooded by the river and is rich in alluvial soil. The Delhi Ridge is the most important characteristic of the state and is a part of the Aravalli range that passes through Delhi. Delhi weather varies with the different climatic conditions that are faced by the city. Delhi is a city characterized by weather extremes. The geographical location of the city influences the weather conditions of Delhi. Delhi experiences tropical steppe weather of climate and hence its seasons are marked with extreme temperatures. The summer season commences in the month of April in Delhi and continues till July. During this season, continental air blows over the city and makes the weather in Delhi very dry and hot. Summer weather condition of Delhi is characterized by scorching heat and unbearable temperature. Temperature reaches almost 45 degrees centigrade in the summer months. On the contrary, winter, which lasts from December to January, is extremely cold. Temperature falls to almost 5 degrees centigrade during the winter months in Delhi. The rainy season in Delhi begins in June and continues almost till October. Delhi receives most of its rain during this period from northwesterly winds. Most of the precipitation occurs in the month of July. The weather conditions of Delhi remains pleasant during the rainy season, but humidity level remains high. The vegetation of Delhi varies with its varied topography and comprises small and medium-sized plants and shrubs. One important aspect about the vegetation of Delhi is that it is widely scattered and do not form any shade as such over any part in the city. To study the nature of vegetation that grows in different parts of the city, it is first important to know about the topographical variations of Delhi. The entire topography of Delhi is divided into a ridge, the Yamuna food plain, the plain. It is interesting to note here that each of these regions is marked by distinct type of vegetation. The ridge area of the city offers the right factors that favor the growth of acacias and other cacti. However, during monsoon, herbaceous plants grow in abundance in the ridge. As far as the plain region of Delhi is concerned, it is characterized by shisham trees. And finally, the riverine type of vegetation grows along the plain of Yamuna. Vegetation of Delhi mainly comprise of medium-sized trees and herbs. However, Delhi is known for its varied flowering plants. Weeds and grass grow on the banks of the Yamuna river. Delhi culture is all about tradition of Delhi. Culture of Delhi includes festivals, art, paintings, embroidery, jewelry, handicrafts, cuisines, religion and sports. Delhi, being the capital of India, is the land of festivals and celebrations. The most important festivals included in the cultural heritage of Delhi are the Diwali, the Dussehra, Lohri, Holi, Kite Flying Festival, Basant Panchami, Mahashivaratri, Baisakhi, Mahavir Jayanti and a lot more. Delhi culture comprises of art and paintings, which is a part of the tradition of Delhi. Art and paintings got immense importance in Delhi since the Mughal period. Delhi embroidery is famous all over the world. The cloths having different type of embroideries are used or making salwar kurtas, saris, bed sheets and a lot more. The fine work incorporated in the jewelleries of Delhi represent the touch of elegance. The jewelleries include the traditional as well as the modern ones. Designers in Delhi continuously invent new styles in jewelleries. A wide variety of handicrafts are found in Delhi. Local people as well as the tourists coming from far and wide have great interest in buying jewelleries made in Delhi. Delhi handicrafts also attract people from all over the world. There are handicraft melas and fairs as well as shops and emporiums where craft work are available. Mughal miniature paintings speak of the rich cultural heritage of the Mughals. The art and culture reached its excellence during the Mughal period with a significant contribution of the people. The Mughal miniature paintings have always fascinated people with its distinct features. Most of the Delhi paintings portray the Mughal style as it was the capital for all Muslim rulers. The Mughals made India the center of Islamic rule and cultural excellence. Therefore, it has left a mark which is still carried by Delhi culture. Delhi being a land of culture and diversity, religion has always played an important role in Delhi culture. The different kinds of people as well as culture and religion brought in the different types of cuisines. Delhi cuisine, which is more popularly known as North Indian cuisine, is famous in the whole world. Delhi is a city with magnetic attraction. Delhi was a witness of every scar India has suffered from time to time. Delhi has seen the struggle of the Indians to regain their freedom. Now, Delhi stands proudly as a symbol of strength, achievements and aspirations of Indians. Delhi should be first tourism destination to understand India and Indians deeply. There are many destinations to see. The Red Fort. There is no doubt that Red Fort is the first choice of travellers and the top visited place in Delhi. It was the first Delhi's fort and was made in 1639 by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan and one of the most famous historical monuments of India. The complete fort is made from red stones and marbles. Jama Masjid. As India is the symbol of world's all religions, Jama Masjid is the faith religion symbol of our Muslim brothers. It was made in 1650 by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, who built Taj Mahal and Red Fort. As per the record, it took almost 13 years to build. It is one of the biggest, famous and most beautiful mosques in India, even in Asia. You can see there the excellent example of engineering of Mughals architecture and arts on marbles and stones. If you are a true lover of art, old engineering, religion, monuments and peace, Jama Masjid is one of the top recommended tourist places of Delhi. Qutab Minar. The Qutab Minar is the tallest 73-meter high brick minaret in India and the oldest historical monument in Delhi. Lotus Temple. Lotus Temple is the great example of today's structural design, which recently becomes one of the most visited places in Delhi. A large lotus-shaped building attracts number of visitors from all over the world every day. It is a symbol of unity of all religions blended with ponds, gardens and grassland. It is an excellent place if you want to be calm and reduce stress. India Gate. India Gate is the national monument of India that was built in memories of Indian soldiers who had lost their life for India in World War I. This is very charming area with well surrounded by lush green lawns. You will always feel positive energy there, especially if you visit at night in the colorful floodlights. It is also one of the most visited picnic spots in Delhi. Humayun's tomb. In the first sight, you will think that this is customized copy of Taj Mahal because it was the inspiration from Taj Mahal. It is the home of Mughal Emperor Humayun's body and famous for its class Mughals architecture and art of handmade designing on stones and marbles. Lodi Garden. If you are tired and looking to relax in a busy city life, then Lodi Garden is the best place for you that is blended with top class green lush lawns and park. Chandani Chowk. Chandani Chowk, well known as the address of Old Delhi, famous for delicious street foods, busy shops, inexpensive traditional market of clothes, electronics and the magic of the rustic charm of the area. And don't forget the taste of the world's famous non-veg dishes at Karim. So, if you're looking for a cheap shopping and restaurant, there is no doubt that Chandani Chowk is the best place for shopping and eating out in Delhi. Akshardham Temple. Akshardham Temple is one-stop point of Indian culture, spiritual environment and an ancient architecture. Over 70% of tourists visit Akshardham when they come for tourism in Delhi. The most popular attractions of Akshardham temples are musical garden, large landscape garden, cultural exhibition shows, cultural boat ride and more. The service sector is the most important part of Delhi's economy and is the city's largest employer. Manufacturing has remained significant after a surge in 1980s. Agriculture once contributed significantly to the economy of the National Capital Territory, but now it is of little importance. The bulk of Delhi's working population is engaged in trade, finance, public administration, professional services and various community, personal and social services. Indeed, for many centuries, Old Delhi has been a dominant trading and commercial center in northern India. Since the 1990s, New Delhi has emerged as an important node in the international corporate and financial network. Mechanized industry arrived in Delhi early in the 20th century and focused on cotton ginning, spinning and weaving. flour grinding and packaging, and sugarcane and oil pressing. Most recently, electronics and engineering goods, automobile parts, precision instruments, machinery and electrical appliances have moved to the center of the city's manufacturing activities, although the production of apparel, sports related products and leather goods is also important. Delhi has been renowned for its handmade artistic works such as ivory carvings and paintings, engravings, sculpture of various sorts, miniature paintings, jewelry, gold and silver brocades and embroidery and metalwork. Such items remain a small but significant segment of Delhi's manufacturing sector. Delhi's position as the national capital and as a major industrial city has supported its function as a banking, wholesale trade and distribution center. The city is headquarters of the Reserve Bank of India and of regional offices of the State Bank of India and other banking institutions. Many foreign banks offering both retail and corporate services also have branches in the city. Delhi is a divisional headquarters for the insurance business and is the home for Delhi Stock Exchange. The city has long acted as a major distribution center for much of northern India, with a large proportion of trade conducted from within the old Delhi area where most of the markets are concentrated. In addition to its financial and trade services, Delhi hosts a thriving tourism industry which has grown rapidly since the late 20th century. Transport. Delhi has a significant reliance on its transport infrastructure. The city has developed a highly efficient public transport system with the introduction of the Delhi Metro, which is undergoing rapid modernization and expansion. There are 5.5 million registered vehicles in the city, which is the highest in the world among all cities, most of which do not follow any pollution emission norm, while the Delhi metropolitan region has 11.2 million vehicles. Delhi and NCR lose nearly 42 crore man-hours every month while commuting between home and office through public transport due to the traffic congestion. Therefore, serious efforts including a number of transport infrastructure projects are underway to encourage usage of public transport in the city. Delhi's gate to the world is the New Delhi Indira Gandhi International Airport situated in the western corridor of the city. It is one of the busiest airports in South Asia with direct flights to about 3 dozen countries. Indira Gandhi Airport is very well connected to the center of New Delhi through New Airport Express service, which leaves every 15 minutes from New Delhi railway station. The airport is also served by various inner-state buses and can be reached by car via the Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway. New Delhi is a major junction on the rail map of India. If you travel to Delhi from somewhere within India, taking a train might be your good option, especially for a long distance journey. Indian Railways is a government-run enterprise, and with nearly 64,000 kilometers of railways, it operates the fourth biggest network in the world. If you are willing to splash out on a first-class ticket, train travel in India can be pleasant and a convenient experience. However, make sure to plan your journey well and always allow some time for the unexpected. Tickets can be booked in advance with the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation. Conclusion. Delhi's culture has been influenced by its lengthy history and historic association as the capital of India. This is exemplified by many significant monuments in the city.